Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back, of course, to the Time Bomb channel with myself, Bombardier, and hope all is good with you guys in your part of the world. Got a new brand in for the channel today. So, I mean, not it's new to me and new to the channel. Up here, we're looking at the FARER with a really nice chronograph, and I think with this inclusion, they're adding a little bit of spice to that already very busy chronograph design niche. I mean, example, I'm rocking my Omeko Fukimaster as a chronograph today, but yeah, on a slightly different level to our FARER here. So let's just have a quick look at the watch and drop the camera in, be able to focus better. So as I say, so this is a FARER chronograph. And for those that don't know, a little bit of background on the brand. FARER are an independent British company with watches that then also, as you can see just at the 6 there, carrying that Swiss made label also. And to me, just a sort of a quick search through their website, you can see that they're putting together some very bold, colourful and confidently priced watches. A couple of the key standouts for me, just on initial glance from their current collection. This first one here is this stunning blue GMT. I mean, I'm sure you'll agree with me. That's a really damn nice looking watch. Yes, it has some influences, but yeah, I think we forgive it that. I really dig it. And then secondly, another one of their current designs was this compressor. Seems there's a lot of compressors around in the micro brand market, but this one, to me, being in that all black, it just has something a little extra to it. Quite classy, but both of them, admittedly, somewhat out of my price range. So the one that we're looking at today, this one is a loaner, and again, massive thanks to one of our subscribers for sharing this with us, because it certainly allowed me to get to know the brand a little bit better. This particular model is then called the AINSDALE II. Now, Ainsdale, it's named after a beach here in the UK. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is up somewhere near Liverpool. It's not quite the salt flats of Utah, but it has indeed, in truth, been used for land speed records in the past. Hence the label here for the watch that we're looking at today. So just try and get rid of the reflections. So just then kicking off with some key specs. It's 39.5 mils across. Sits on lugs then 45 mils north to south, and it's just a slight 11 mils in depth, and then 20 mil lugs. So very easy specs, and I think quite sort of common in that micro brand sort of chrono design. That whole sizing, I think, very manageable for all wrist sizes. We've then up top, if I can just catch it nicely, we've then got sapphire box up top. The watch then comes with just 50 meters worth of watery goodness, so clearly no swimming in these ones, gentlemen. It then does have, how I'll describe it, an odd addition, that brass cap on the crown. It's quite a curious decision, because it does certainly sit sort of quite noticeably different, an additional splash of colour just on that side. But then I'm going to forgive it very quickly, because when you look at that deep blue on the dial, I think that blue is an absolute winner. There's so many blue dials out there that, when you change them, when you drop the light, they just go black and you lose all of that effect. But this one really doesn't. I mean, it absolutely shines. Really very positive blue indeed. Note as well, of course, that down here at the 4 that they've colour matched that date wheel also. And again, you imagine that in a white, it's just going to stand out way too much. So they're almost camouflaged as perhaps the 4 there. As well, we can just get up a little bit closer if the camera will let me. There we go. So we've got slightly raised markers. I'll pop up some close-ups here. Slightly raised orange hour markers, adding that additional soft touch of energy. The hands then, obviously we have our chrono hand in chrono seconds hand in the middle, but the hands themselves also filled, yellow filled They're adding, just as if they needed it to, another splash of colour. And then obviously then on the subdials, a much more positive orange there on those little subdial hands. So yeah, lots and lots and lots going on. And I have to say that it actually took me quite a bit just to sort of, really study the dial, to sort of pick up all the different things that are going on here. Quite busy, but I think it's done very, very well. Let's just pop onto the case back here, just give it a little bit of a polish to get rid of my fingerprints. So what we're looking at on the back, sorry, no, haven't removed them all. You don't need to see that. So there's the camera gone. There we go. So amateurish filming here. My God, and apologies, guys. So on the back here, then we've got a turbine design, just sort of engraved there, and then some minimalist text, just at the bottom there with some of the relevant details. I think as well, just to sort of notice, the other standout, it's just held in with very minimum screwage. We've just got those four points just on the outside edge. Pulsing away on the inside there, we have a quartz. It is the ETA 251.294 FK, and that's going to give you a battery life, I think, of around 6 years, depending, of course, on how much you play with these pushers. And that would be an issue for me, as these are very pushable pushers. It features a flyback chrono, which I think is a fantastic and quite interesting option, because it just then allows you to do a reset and continues counting, thus allowing you to be, oops, sorry, we've lost the focus, allowing you to be a little bit more flexible, if you're running relays or something like that. It's a very, very sprightly action, as you can see there. Very, very, very precise also, as it marches off around the dial there. You can see that it is hitting those second minute markers with balls out confidence. So fantastic finishing and quality on this one. Very, very impressed indeed. You also then have up the on the left hand side here at the 10, you have that additional pusher, which allows for additional timing intervals to be viewed. And then, as I say, just at the bottom there at the 6, we've got the Swiss made here, referring to the assembly, I believe, of these watches in the mountains of Central Europe. I'm not sure specifically of the origin of all the parts, whether they're all going to be Swiss or whether they're imported and then just simply put together there. That would seem to be the logical conclusion. The finishing on the sides ends, as I say, very, very nice soft brushing. That finishing is done very well, and your lugs, again, just that little soft curvature down. I think, yeah, it's again, it doesn't drop a huge amount, but I think just enough to below the bottom of the case body there to allow a little bit of comfort on wrist. Let me throw it on wrist in a second. Yeah, I was just my stream of consciousness here. I wanted to contrast the difference between the that very soft brushing on the side. Then it's only the bezel itself which is highly polished. As you can see, it just adds that little bit of a rim or a frame around the dial, and then from the bottom also. So quite simplistic, but I think, yeah, executed quite well. And as I say, my favourite on the side there, a brush finish as opposed to lots of additional polishing. Just while I'm rambling, let me just throw it on wrist for you here. Again, for reference, my wrist is 7 1/4 inch. So yeah, possibly slightly small for me in specs, but I don't mind, because I think there's something energetic and warming about that dial design. As I say, so on the profile fit there, again, those curved lugs, just drop it down quite nicely. As I say, it fits, quite snugly. Actually, there's minimal movement in that. Yeah, as I say, nice fit indeed. I think, yeah, the just sort of, in conclusion, I mean, that leather is very, very nice. Little signed bucklage going on here. Very balanced and very comfortable watch on wrist. The current owner, as I say, the subscriber who's shared this with us for full review, describes the watch as tiptoeing along the tightrope between daft and different, but then winning with huge success. He highlights the fit, the function, the finishing, and then the colour. As I mentioned at the beginning, the guys at FARER are not shy on colour. As you can see, what they've done here is play with it, as I say, in a very, very confident way, and I think it really works. I'm sure that might put some people off, depending on your fashion or dress style. This one might have a little bit too much pizzazz to it, but I think that adds a huge amount of fun, and as I say, really very impressed. The brand as well, really holding their value on the secondary market. So clearly they've established a very solid and positive fan base out there. After reviewing this one just this week, I certainly will be following the brand to see what they come up with in the future, as this one has really piqued my curiosity about what these British designers are doing. But over to you guys. What do you reckon? Please do drop your thoughts and comments down below as to what you think about this chrono. Always good to hear your thoughts, and hit that subscribe, notification button, bell thingy if you haven't done so already. Much appreciated. And of course, until next time, next video, this is your host Bombardier signing off. Cheers guys.